and what you do for a living?
Stay at home mom.
Okay. How do you pay your bills?
God.
How does God send you the money to pay your bills?
It just happens when you're blessed, you blessed, and you just get money from all different kind of streams of income.
Bruh, God is not your cash app. Y'all gotta stop blaming favor for financial dependency.
Oouchie and friends. Oouchie and friends.
It's your boy Oouchie, saying the things everybody's thinking but scared to say out loud. Today, we in the Kendra G universe, fam. This is a clip from her dating show, and we got a woman named Jewel who somehow manages to be grieving, defensive, low-key manipulative, and God pays my bills spiritual, all in one call. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm holding both of them accountable, Kendra and Jewel. No fluff, no savior, no tissue ministry. We breaking down the attitude, the trauma talk, the I built this platform ego, all of it. Roll the first clip.
Hi.
Hi.
Have you been here before?
Never.
Okay. What's your name, honey?
Jewel.
Are you in a good mood?
Yeah.
I'm about to say, you seem like you got an attitude at the door.
No. Why would I have an attitude?
I don't know.
No.
Okay.
Who would call in with an attitude?
You'll be surprised.
No, it's more or less like people pull the attitude out of you, but I don't think anybody should call in with an attitude. No.
Okay. Jewel, where are you calling us from, honey?
Ohio.
Ohio. And how old are you?
38.
38. And what you do for a living?
Stay at home mom.
Okay. How do you pay your bills?
God.
How does God send you the money to pay your bills?
It just happens when you're blessed, you blessed, and you just get money from all different kind of streams of income.
Do you get child support?
I do.
Oh, okay. So is that how you get to stay home?
It's one of the ways, yeah.
Okay. How old's your baby?
I have 5 of them.
How old are your kids?
My youngest is 3. He just turned 3. Then I have a 4-year-old. Then I have a 9-year-old. Then I have a 15-year-old and a 19-year-old.
How old are you? 38?
All right, let's start right there. First of all, Kendra wasn't wrong for peeping energy. You come on camera dry as toast, one-word answers, and then hit us with, who would call in with an attitude? Half your callers, ma'am. We done seen it. Then we get to the, how you pay your bills? And sis says, God. Money comes from different streams of income. Ma'am, that's not an answer. That's a churchy dodge mixed with, don't ask me no real questions. Let's be for real. You a stay-at-home mom. You got 5 kids. You do get child support. Later we find out it's also Social Security and workers' comp after a tragedy. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But the way you say it, like money just falls from heaven, is crazy. This is what I mean about accountability versus vibes. I'm blessed. God pays my bills. No, sis. Somebody's tax money, a dead man's labor, and a court order pays those bills. Be honest. That's not disrespect, that's clarity.
And what's your zodiac sign?
I don't believe in zodiac signs.
Okay. How many children's dads do you have?
1.
Why you not with this man? Y'all got 5 kids together.
Because somebody shot and killed him. Okay. That's a really hard question to ask people.
I apologize. I think, here's the deal. I'm very sorry that happened to you. From my point of view, it's a very normal question to ask when you have a person that has that many kids and then they're looking for love. So it's very normal for me to ask that question, but I'm sorry that is the answer for you. Yeah. So I do apologize.
That's no problem.
It's a, this is a dating show, and I stand by that question because obviously we're looking for a next person. And it's logic because, like, you have 5 kids by one person, you would think that, oh, why are you guys not together? But I am sorry. And I mean, while your child's 3, I'm sorry that you had to go through that.
Yeah, and he actually got shot on his son's birthday. So, and
Oh my,
then my other son, they actually share um birthdays. Their birthdays are like 3 days apart. So, yeah. That's a very tender question, and like sometimes when have you ever heard of rage baiting? Like you'll just say mean stuff to get people to say something. Have you ever heard of that? Rage baiting, like you pick at somebody real tender, like, and you and then but my point is when you ask somebody a hard question, you definitely want to be able to back that up because like yeah, that's tender.
well, let
But
me jump in. I'm going to defend myself in that case. Now, like I said, I apologize because of what you went through, but it's a very logical question as hosting a dating show. If I'm hosting a dating show and I have a woman and I'll ask a woman if she has a 2-year-old, like you just saw, why are you not with the dad, right? These are the things that when you
yeah,
are
that was kind of
dating.
mean for her too. I mean, just even the
Well,
advice you
I'm
gave.
not gonna stand by it to mean it's a logical question. I'm not trying to be. I want to be sympathetic to your case in particular, but that question won't go away because this is a dating show. So I'm
Right.
gonna ask questions that pertain to dating.
Now look, I'm gonna be real careful and real honest here. Finding out the father of your 5 kids got shot and killed, and one of them on his son's birthday, that's real pain. That's real trauma. I'm not joking about that at all. But here's where I'm not letting nobody slide. Kendra's side. Why are you not with this man? Y'all got 5 kids. On a dating show, that is a logical question. The issue is tone. She be asking like she a detective, not like this might be a landmine. Jules' side immediately flips it to, that's a really hard question to ask. Have you heard of rage baiting? Sis, that's not rage baiting. That's basic vetting when you want to date with 5 kids. This the part y'all not gonna like. You can be hurt and still be manipulative at the same time. She tried to weaponize her pain to shut down a reasonable dating question. Soon as she got emotional, she basically said, you're mean, you're tearing women down, you're rage baiting. No, you volunteered to be on a dating show. The whole point is to ask, who are you? What have you been through? Why are you single with this situation? You can't want a man, but be offended by the questions that any sane man would ask.
I just want to go. Let's go to the next question. Let's go to the next question. Can we please go to the next question?
We'll go to the next question. Okay. So Jewel, Ohio, 38. So I'll call you Jewel, right?
Yeah, my name is Jewel Simpson.
Okay, I'll just call you by your first name. And you're not working. You don't believe in zodiacs. Okay, you're
No,
just
I said that I'm a stay-at-home mom, which pays me very well. So what happened is my husband got killed at work. And so therefore we also get Social Security and workers' comp and all of those things. I graduated college in 2013 with a criminal justice degree and figured out that I didn't want to be a part of the criminal justice system. And I had kids young. My high school sweetheart, we started having kids right out of high school, which is another thing. You know, people who have kids young, they're usually, because I know we kind of read people who have kids young on this show, on this platform. And I just wanted to speak for those type of people. You know, usually people who experience sexual type of situations at young ages and babies at young ages, it's all due to unhealed trauma. And I know that because I am a victim of that. You know, somebody took advantage of me, and in that sense, I lost my I lost my innocence, and it made me promiscuous. You know, and so that's what pushed me into having sex early, and that's why I have 5 kids. But sex just don't come. You just don't start having sex because that's just what you want to do at a young age, and like that's trauma. So like anybody who's had kids outside of marriage, outside of wedlock, outside of anything, that's trauma. Like that's trauma. That's because, you know, something happened that we lost value in ourselves for a moment, you know, and maybe we didn't go to counseling. Maybe we didn't get the help that we need. Maybe somebody never took us to church, so we never found God. Because that's when I changed my life, when I found God. That's when I gave up zodiac signs, because in the Bible it says that you can only have one God, and zodiac signs is a god. So that's why. That's why you don't do zodiac signs in if you're a believer of Christ.
Now here's where it turns into a TED Talk nobody asked for. She starts telling her story. Say at a young age, promiscuity, kids young, found God later. That part I got compassion for. Real talk. But then she turns around and says, anybody who had kids outside of marriage, that's trauma. Sex doesn't just happen young because you want to, that's trauma. Nah, that's where we gotta pump the brakes. Everybody with kids out of wedlock didn't get there from trauma. Some folks got there off raw lust, bad decisions, no discipline, and we didn't use a condom. And the danger with saying it's all trauma is this. If everything is trauma, then nothing is your fault. You remove personal responsibility, pattern awareness, the chance to say, I chose this. I can choose different next time. Trauma might explain your behavior. It does not automatically excuse it forever. And then she slides this in. Receiving bad advice from somebody you watch on the internet doesn't help. So now it's her trauma, her choices, her 5 kids, her call into Kendra's show. But somehow Kendra's advice is the problem? Come on, man. That's that blame shift shuffle a lot of us grew up around. It's the system. It's these influencers. It's the comments. It's everybody but me. Accountability first, trauma second, healing third. Not trauma first, blame second, Jesus fourth, and accountability nowhere.
And receiving bad advice from somebody that you watch on the internet, and it don't help. But go ahead.
What's the bad advice?
It's just, I don't know. Have you ever dealt with somebody who's been through sexual trauma?
Well, first of all, here's the deal. I'm not a therapist, honey. So let's start
Oh,
there.
you're not?
I'm not. No, I'm not a therapist, and I want to be sympathetic because, in all honesty, I do believe that you're dealing with something I'm not equipped to help you with. I feel like you should go to a doctor, a therapist who can really help you in that manner. I'm a journalist that hosts a dating show. That's
Right.
what I do, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't agree with some things you said, but it's not the biggest deal in the world.
What do you
Like,
disagree with? What do you disagree with?
This is not a dialogue show. This is a dating show where I help people find love. So I'm not here to.
Did you say this is not dialogue?
I'm not here to have a dialogue with you. I'm here to help you find love if that's what you want to do.
Dialogue is conversating back and
forth.
forth.
But I'm not here to conversate with you. I'm here to help you find love. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, I do.
Is that what you want to do? Actually,
No,
that's not what you're not going to be able to do. This is the thing. I want it to be sympathetic because that's something that I can only imagine is terrible, right? I can only imagine it's terrible. So sincerely, here's the deal. Sincerely, my heart is sympathetic for a person that lost the father of 5 of their kids. Like, that's traumatic, right? I'm going to start there. The second part, I'm not going to tolerate disrespect after disrespect after disrespect. I'm definitely catching the shots after shots after shots. And I've said this a few times. I'm not everybody's cup of tea. I'm very much fine with that. I'm very much fine with that. And I'm fine with that because, believe it or not, my heart is pure. I have a pure heart. I'm not a perfect person. I can admit that. But I'm not intentionally ever trying to hurt anybody's feelings, right? That's not my intent. Now, if it happens, it wasn't the intention. You got to follow that. This is a tough show, period. This is a tough show. The comment section is going to get you. There's going to be a lot of judgment, whether right or wrong. I'm not going to defend it, but what I will say is, you know what it is. This is not year 1 when we were learning what's going to happen. We're year 5. You should be very much aware what this platform is and what it's going to do. Now, I don't mind disagreeing because we're going to have disagreements, right? Those things don't bother me. What I do mind is the disrespect. I'm not going to tolerate that. I'm not going to.
Now let's get on Kendra for a second, because she's not innocent in this either. She tells Jewel, I'm not a therapist. Fair. This is not a dialogue show. I'm not here to conversate with you. Ma'am, you are literally on live, talking back and forth with another human being. That is dialogue. You can't flip the switch like when you want a monologue, this my show, I built this. When she want to challenge you, this not dialogue. That's control freak energy. And she keeps falling back on, you've been watching for 5 years. You knew what it was. This is a tough show. The comments gonna get you. Yeah, but here's the thing. If you know people are traumatized, if you know the comments are vicious, if you know folks are calling from pain, then you gotta decide. Are you a dating host with some empathy or just running trauma content for views? Because telling somebody, go see a therapist, I'm not equipped for this, right after you let them bleed out emotionally in front of thousands, that's wild. So I'm gonna say it. Jewel is anti-accountability and manipulative with her pain. Kendra is defensive and low-key hiding behind, this is my platform, instead of owning her role in the spectacle. Both of them grown, both of them wrong, just in different directions. So let me land this plane. You got a woman who says, God pays my bills, but it's really child support, social security, workers' comp, and maybe some other checks. You got real trauma and real grief, mixed with zero emotional accountability and a whole lot of blaming the internet and advice. You got a host who asks a valid question, but then flips to, this is not dialogue. I built this. It's a tough show when challenged. This whole thing is like watching trauma, ego, and clout hop in a group chat and go live together. Final verdict? Everybody wants sympathy. Nobody wants accountability. And the internet will put a ring light on both. All right, I'm done. Y'all let me know in the comments who was more out of pocket, Kendra, Jewel, or both. And if you lost somebody you love, do you think you would have called a show like this or called a therapist? Hit like if you rock with accountability over excuses. Hit subscribe to stay tapped in with Oouchie and friends, where I'm saying the things everybody's thinking but scared to say out loud. And to anybody mad right now, take it up with your self-awareness, not me.
007 on the beat like James Bond. Super high on life, eyes low like Cheech and Chong. Footprint big on the groove, King Kong. All this fashion, how I match it, I'm on. So don't watch now, watch me show.